All right. Hi, everybody. I got some questions on the accumulation functions practice, question number 1 on page 20. I got a few questions on part D, so I wanted to go ahead and make a quick video to explain that, because I'm not sure how well I'd be able to explain that over email. Now, I will tell you, I'm just starting to experiment with making videos here at home, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit. It's probably not going to be perfect, but will hopefully help you understand what's going on here. So in number 20, letter D, it says for the interval between -4 and 12, find all intervals for which g of x is less than or equal to 0. Now remember, I know you can't see it in this screen here, but g of x was defined as the integral from 2 to x of f of t dt. So if that needs to be less than or equal to 0, it means I'm looking for a negative area, right? The integral is the area, so the area then has to be negative. So if I look up here, a lot of people thought then the interval should be between -4 and -2, and let's see, between 6 and 12, because those areas were under the x-axis. However, we have to be careful because this is the graph of f, so we can't just look where f is below the x-axis. We've got to go back to the way this was defined here. So again, it was defined as the integral from 2 to x. So let's look at the integral from 2 to x. That means I start accumulating area at x equals 2. So if I start at 2, you can see as I move to the right, this is all positive area here. As I keep going, I start subtracting area. But what I notice is if I integrate from 2 to 10, that area above and below just cancels each other out. So by the time I've integrated from 2 to 10, I end up back at a 0 area. And then any additional area I accumulate between 10 and 12 is what makes my area negative. So that's why our first interval down here to get g of x less than or equal to 0 is that interval from 10 to 12. Again, because of the way my integral is defined, I'm integrating between 2 and x. If I start at 2, I'm accumulating positive area. I start subtracting this negative area, and then at 10, my integral is 0. So anything after that, I start accumulating negative area. So that was the first interval. Again, if I flip back down here, was between 10 and 12. Now, I can also think about it this way. If I start at 2 and I start working backwards, right? Because I'm going backwards here, anything from 2 here all the way over to -2, that's going to be negative area. And then even if I were to keep going, and again, that's negative because I'm going backwards, between -2 to -4, that negative area turns into positive because I'm going backwards, but it's not enough to cancel out the negative area I accumulated here. So I also have anything in between the interval from -4 to 2 would also give me a negative area. So those are the two intervals. I hope that helps a little bit. If you're still having trouble, please feel free to reach out with more questions. Thank you.